Whether it makes you laugh, cry, scream, or fly, there's a song for every emotion. We're Mike and Priya, or Priya and Mike, and we talk about the songs that make up the soundtrack to your life. Because life is where, Mike?
It's in the lyrics.
That's right.
Hello, everyone. I'm Mike, and I'm here with my co-host, Priya.
Yes, you certainly are. And you know what, Mike? We've been having a lot of two-parter episodes lately.
We have.
Would you say that's mostly because we just love the sounds of our own voices and have a hard time shutting up?
I don't know if the loving the sound of our voices is it, but we just don't know how to shut up.
That's correct. That's correct. So we decided to give ourselves a test this time to see if we can, exert a little self-control.
And since we know we probably can't, because we tell ourselves every week to watch the clock and keep things under an hour, and we don't. And that's if I remember to start the clock.
That's right.
Yeah. We went the extra step this time, right? Are we gonna? That's what we're gonna do.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah, we're going to set a countdown, and we're gonna try and stick to it.
Yeah, no matter what.
Yeah.
So when you hear that timer go off, folks, that means we've got 5 minutes to wrap this shit up.
Yeah. The noise that you're going to hear that's going to give us a 5-minute cue is basically you'll hear that cue and then you're going to be like, well, we got another half hour.
No, we're going to stick to it, Mike. This is our test. Okay.
All right.
We're going to do this.
We're on it.
We're on it. Okay. So we are in February here and we are dedicating the entire month to love because love is all you need, isn't it? I mean, that's what they tell us.
Love is all you need.
Do you not know that song?
Na, 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 na.
Love is all you need.
Oh,
Love is
yeah.
all
That's
you
right. I
need.
got the wrong tune to that song.
Love.
Love. Dun,
Bum,
na, na.
okay.
But there's a love. Love is a many splendid thing, love. Lifts us up to where we belong, love.
There's so many things about love.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm talking about, that one?
Isn't that a Shakespearean
No, that was from, you just saw the musical.
Moulin Rouge?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. That was my Ewan
That
McGregor
was Ewan?
version. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You would need to work on that.
Oh, that was good.
boy.
Okay, that was very good.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, this is the episode of love. This is one of several episodes that are going to be about love, and this episode is going to be about songs that remind us of our first loves. Yeah. So before we get started, I wanted to give a shout out to my nephew Tyler. He called me. He'd been listening to our podcast, and he called me and said, "Why don't you guys put your podcast on YouTube?"
Oh, right.
And because we don't video, I
Yes.
just never thought that we could put it up on YouTube. I thought you had to have
Yeah.
video component for YouTube, but apparently you don't. So I investigated, and we are now up on YouTube.
This is so cool. But is
So
this a
cool.
new thing? Is this new that YouTube is doing where you can have podcasts on without a video component?
I don't think so.
Is it
There are a
YouTube?
lot of it's YouTube,
Yeah.
YouTube. They have a podcast component. I think a lot of people do have video components to their YouTube.
Yeah,
and
we might do that
we
one
don't.
day.
Yeah, I don't know if people need to see all this
I
hot
mean,
mess.
they don't need to see what's happening right now. Me bundled up in a blanket.
Yeah, you are pretty bundled up. I love it.
I am. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, so I wanted to shout out to Tyler. Thank you very much for that. And we are now up on YouTube. So for people that want to have another way to download and listen to our episodes, you can do that on YouTube.
Yeah. We're giving you all the options, people. So,
So what can they do, Priya?
they can. What do you mean? Now, are we plugging it? I thought we don't do that till the end now.
No, I know. Oh, let's just do it now, though.
Why?
Well, we can do it again.
But it's only supposed to be at the end.
Okay, we won't do it now.
Oh my God.
Stay tuned to the end, and then
Folks,
you'll find out what
We're gonna
Priya
cut that,
didn't
cut
want to
that,
say.
Cut that anyways. What I didn't want to say? Oh,
Yeah.
the please, please, please.
Now you just ruined it.
But I thought we're adding that.
Okay,
already
we'll do that.
recorded it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to do it again?
The singing?
Yeah.
This is wasting time. We're on a timer here.
Okay, go on.
Okay.
So you have a bit of a cough, Priya. What's going on?
I got struck with some kind of bug. I don't know what it was. I thought it was a cold first, but the cough never really materialized. And then I got like a fever and body aches. So then I thought maybe it was the flu. But then like my stomach's just been weird where I would eat a full meal and then immediately after I feel like I'm so hungry.
Hmm.
So that's been going on for the last 24 hours. I'm like, what is happening?
That's what's happening.
That's what's happening.
How did you get this? Not
I
flu.
I think I caught it. Well, obviously I caught it from somebody, but I don't know who the guilty
I
party
think you
is.
do.
I have a guess,
Who
but
are
I'm
you making out with?
nobody. My dog?
Oh,
No. Gross. Not
no.
really. She kisses me on the
That's
face
true.
and then I'm like, no,
That's not really
Kai.
making out. That's
No,
just
no,
dog
we don't do
licky.
that. We don't do that. That's disgusting. Should we talk about how we were going to see a musical
Oh,
last night?
yeah. Oh, yeah. So this is actually going to be a lot of, you know what Don said? When I told him about what my plans were this week, he's like, oh, that's a lot of Priya in 1 week.
It is a lot. It's a lot.
So we were supposed to record on
Mhm.
Sunday, and
Yes.
that was a few days ago. But
that's when I
you got
got this
struck
bug.
with this illness.
Yes.
And then we had plans last night. What were
Yeah.
you supposed to do last night?
We were going to go see the musical Just for One Day, which is based on the Live Aid.
The Live Aid.
The
Yeah,
Live
the
Aid
making of Live
concert.
Aid. Like it's kind of the behind the scenes.
Yeah. It was going to be
How-
super cool.
Yeah.
Like such a great era of music. We were both super excited. We were in line. It was a fucking blizzard last night. We were
Yes.
standing outside.
Toronto got slammed last
We got
night.
slammed. I had no idea it was going to snow. So we're out there standing outside, and for whatever reason,
Slammed. I
they're
mean,
well
we got like
for Toronto
2 inches of snow.
No, it was more than that because when I woke up on my car, there was about 4 or 5 inches of snow.
Is that what the guys tell you what 4 and 5 inches is?
Well, I say as long as it's a mouthful, it's good enough.
Okay.
Well, you went there.
I did. I'm sorry.
So, yeah, we're standing outside and they weren't letting people in for whatever. There was some kind of something happening. So we're all waiting to be let in. And we made some really nice friends.
Oh, we did. You
With
were protecting
Maris
yourself from
and-
the Maris.
yeah.
Yes, that was her
Maris
name.
and all her grandkids.
Shout out to Maris if you're listening. It was
I
really nice to
know.
meet you and your grandchildren.
It was. And I wish we could have chatted with them longer. We had planned to reconnect during intermission. But then once we finally did get inside, what happened, Mike?
Yeah, you were waiting in line to check the coats,
Yep.
and they announced the show has been canceled.
And apparently one of the cast members got injured.
Yeah.
So,
I was at the urinal when that happened.
yeah.
And
Did you hear it in there?
yeah,
could
they
you
had
hear
the speaker on.
announcements?
And then, so I was at the urinal,
Yeah,
and they announced it, and I was like, what?
I know.
And the other people that were there in the bathroom were kind of like, what? What's going on?
Did
What?
all you men just look at each other as you
We
were
did
like,
not look
okay.
at each other.
All right. I just imagine that you guys have like conversations in there and like maybe play cards.
There was no card playing.
Okay.
No. Although women do have lots of social time in the washroom,
Yeah, because we're putting on lipstick. We're, I don't know. We
telling
chat.
each other your problems and supporting one another. Do you guys
Yeah.
share lipstick?
No,
No?
no,
Do you share other things like,
no. Like
Uh,
mascara and stuff.
yeah,
No.
or,
I might share chapstick with a friend, but
mhm,
yeah, not even that. Not much.
not with strangers.
Definitely not. Definitely.
Mhm.
I don't want their germs. Anyways, but don't worry, everybody. We are going back
Mhm.
next week. We've got tickets for next week. So we will talk about it on an upcoming
Yeah.
podcast.
Well, and what we'll do is I'll post a couple of photos from last night because I did I took some photos with you and Maris,
Okay.
and then
Maris, I love her.
yeah, and her grandchildren.
Yeah. So let's roll along here because we are really, really good at shooting the shit.
We are good at shooting the shit. We got a lot of shit to shoot.
Yes. Okay. So we're talking about our first love, and this one is going to take us back. I mean, it's going to be so high school for me. And for me, it's just one song and one specific memory attached to it that encapsulates my first love in one memory.
Oh,
But
wow. Okay.
Let's start with you, Mike.
Okay, well, when I was thinking about this episode
Mhm.
and I was thinking about, okay, who's my first love?
Yeah.
And, I met Dawn when I was 38
Right.
and I came out when I was 30.
Right. Okay.
So I had 8 years to find a few first loves
Yep.
a first love anyways.
Okay.
And I did have a first love, my
Okay.
very first boyfriend.
Yeah.
And
And how old were you then?
I moved to Toronto in 2003, so I would have been 32.
Okay. Wow. So first love at 32. Okay. And mine was at like,
No, I met him before I moved to Toronto, though.
Oh,
So I was about 30. I was trying to figure out the timing there.
right.
I met my first love in lineup at a gay bar during Pride. So
Oh,
I had a really good friend who helped me come out. I was obviously dealing with being gay, and I was living in a smaller town, and I was not yet ready to come out. But I don't know if I told you this story, but I was on a flight to England
hmm,
and I heard the person in front of me talking about this online chat app
okay.
called gay.com.
Okay.
And I, on the napkin, I wrote down gay.com and I put it
Hmm.
in my pocket. This is on a flight going to England. I was on a trip. Totally forgot about all that. And then when I came back from the trip, I found the napkin and it had
Okay.
gay.com. And
Hmm.
so, and I was living on my own. And so I had my computer set up and it was one of those, those big computers,
Oh, yeah.
the dial up.
Oh, my God.
Oh my God. Yeah. So anyways, I logged in,
Hmm.
created a profile, and I started meeting people online on this, online platform, this website,
You were an
gay.com.
early adopter,
An early
adapter,
adapter. Yeah.
adapter. Hmm.
And so, anyways, I met some people, and one of the people that I met, I became really good friends with, and he had been out for some time, very confident. He lived in Hamilton, and so I would go up to Hamilton and stay at his place, and then he'd take me out to the gay bar
Yeah.
in Hamilton. And that was my kind of like foray into coming out.
Right.
And I was always worried about people from it. It took me about 6 months to agree to come up to
Wow.
Hamilton to go to a gay bar because I was always worried that I'd
You'd
bump
see
into
somebody you know.
people.
Hmm.
And he kept saying to me, well, if you see people in a gay bar, chances are it means they're gay too. So,
Uh-huh.
but anyways, it took time. And so he brought me to Toronto that summer and we went to Pride.
Hmm.
And so I guess it would have been about a year after.
Okay.
And that's where I met my first love.
Aw.
Yeah, and so I'm still friends with him,
Hmm.
and he's married now, as am I. And in preparation for this, I thought, oh, I'll give him a call and find out because I remembered that we had made each other CDs,
Right.
and there were always when we were getting ready to go out and stuff like that, especially with this friend in Hamilton, we would always have our playlists and this friend, oh my God, he was hilarious. One of our going out songs, like getting ready to go out songs, he would put on Madonna's Holiday.
Yep.
I don't know if you remember the movie that she did,
Uh,
Truth or Dare.
oh, yeah.
And
Okay.
all the musical numbers were in color, but the rest of the film was black
Black and
and
white.
white.
Yeah.
And the holiday part of that movie was amazing. And she had these little tight pants and this kind of blousy top.
Hmm.
And my friend would put on Holiday and he had these disco lights. So he'd turn all the lights off, the disco lights, and he would go do a costume change. And he'd have these little tight short shorts and this blousy thing. And he'd come out and dance. It
Oh, I
was
love it.
hilarious.
Oh, my God.
So, anyways, it was so much fun, and he was a great guy to kind of like explore the fun side of
Yeah.
being gay and going out to bars and stuff. So, anyways, back to my first love. We used to do these CDs for each other, and
Hmm.
I knew he had a CD for me, and I had a feeling I still had it, and so I was looking through all my friend Jody calls my hopeless chest, and because I have a chest in the basement that's got all this memorabilia stuff, and couldn't find it in there. I did find one CD,
Hmm.
and so I pulled that up, and I was like, really? These songs were. I couldn't remember some of these songs
Okay.
that were on that CD. So then I called him. I'm like, what were these other songs? I'm sure you made me a CD. And he's like, yeah, I think I have it.
Does he have it?
And he does have it.
Oh, do you remember like what were some of the songs on it?
I don't remember. He can't play it. He doesn't have a CD player. So
Okay.
we haven't arranged to meet up and
Yeah.
exchange.
I can't wait to see. But you must have a song that reminds you.
Well, there are songs definitely
Okay.
that do remind me.
Hmm.
Yeah. But I've talked enough. Why don't
Oh, but you haven't even gotten to the song part.
Well, there's several songs. Well, I'll tell you the songs that were on this CD.
Okay.
But if I keep talking, then I'm just going to keep rambling and
But that's
rambling.
okay. Let's do your story because it's basically we've got one story each.
Okay.
So let's do your story and then we'll do my story. And I'll tell you if you're taking too much of your time, God damn it.
Okay,
Nobody
well,
puts baby in the corner.
I've done my introduction, so
Okay.
why don't you do your
Okay, let's do
introduction?
my- okay.
Yeah, or your introduction. Whatever.
Sure. So my first love was in high school.
Oh,
So this is way, 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 way back. And I actually knew him. I had known him, I think, since kindergarten or like grade 1 or something. We grew up in the same neighborhood. We went to all the same schools together, like junior school, middle school, high school. And it was in high school that we started dating. But I remember I still have photos of him at like my birthday parties from when I was 7 years old or
oh
something.
wow.
Yeah. So we started dating in high school, and I was also I loved his family so much. I loved his family, and his mom got along with my mom. And actually, years after, like 20 years after we stopped dating, they would still sometimes go for lunch or something.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
That's nice.
Yeah, and she would always ask about me. She would always say like, I know he's married now and I like his wife and all, but I just always wish he'd end up with
Oh
Priya.
God. I
You know.
hope he or his wife are not listening.
Well, I'm sure they're not, because he doesn't even live in the province anymore. But even so, I mean,
Yeah.
moms have their favorites. And so we went to see a movie together. We went to see Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Do you remember that
Oh,
movie
yeah,
with
yeah.
Kevin Costner?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Brian Adams sang the
Everything I do,
Everything
I do it for you.
Yeah.
That song came out in 1991.
Is that the song?
That is the song.
Oh,
That is the song.
everything I do.
I do it for you. In his raspy voice. I do it for you.
I love Brian Adams.
I love his voice.
I came to see him at the CNE one summer. I had
Really?
tickets. Yeah.
Didn't we go
I
see
think
him
I
at
was
the
like
amphitheater
17 or
together?
something.
I think we did.
Did we see him at the amphitheater?
We did.
Did we?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I wasn't there for that.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because you thought you were at a concert with me.
I know.
And you weren't. So maybe this is the one
No,
that
this
you
is
weren't.
one you think that I was at, and I wasn't.
I don't know.
I would have remembered seeing Brian Adams at the Molson Amphitheater.
Okay. All right, if you say so. So what I remember is like we were watching that movie, and it felt so grown up and adult. We were in the movie theater. and we were
How old
holding
were you
hands.
again? High school? So
It was
you're
high school, so I would think I was like 17.
was this before you got your teeth fixed?
This was this was Braces Fest.
Oh, nice.
Oh man. If I could find pre-braces photos,
I have seen one photo of you before your
it's
braces.
not pretty.
You had some serious
I had
snaggletooth.
snaggletooth. Yeah. I had teeth going in every direction.
It's kind of shocking, really, because
When
I
did
look
you
at
see
your
that?
teeth now and they're so perfect.
You can still see this one wants to turn.
Yeah, but they look really good.
Well, thank you. I paid for it with a lot of pain. I didn't wear the fucking headgear, but it was very
Oh
painful.
God, remember the
brutal.
headgear?
Full on.
Oh yeah.
With the thing going behind your head and everything.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. So did you have that, but you just didn't wear
I
it?
had that. I wore it at night sometimes, but there's no way I'm wearing that in public. Like, it's bad enough I had I had a huge nose. I had my flock of seagulls haircut. Not good.
So you're a real catch.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And he didn't stick with you. He did marry you. I'm just kidding. I'm
God.
just kidding. You were young. You needed to go. That's.
I needed to get those braces. I mean, at least I got that fixed. But anyway, so
Yeah,
so we were.
you got sidetracked.
After that movie, he bought me the single on cassette because that's how
Aw,
things were back
Yeah.
then. And he gave that to me, and it was just
Do you
like,
still have it?
I don't know. I have to look. I also have a little treasure chest kind of,
Mm.
but I have to see where that is. I've moved so many times now. I
Mhm.
feel like
It may
I'll
have
have to
gotten.
check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably in your mom's basement or something.
probably.
Yeah.
But I will look for it, or at least look for some photos.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was the song, and it was just the most romantic thing to me. And every time I hear that now, I think about him.
Oh.
Yeah. We had some good, beautiful first love memories. So let me tell you about that song a little bit, because it spent 16 weeks at #1 in the UK, the longest unbroken streak ever. Can you believe that? That Bryan Adams has the longest unbroken streak in the
Really?
UK.
Wow.
Yeah, it was the biggest.
Oh, in
song
the UK.
in the UK. It was the biggest song of his career. It sold over 15 million copies worldwide, making it one of the best-selling singles of all time.
What?
I know. Also, since
Even to this day?
even to this day, I was just looking these stats up. I mean, unless Wikipedia's wrong. It's not wrong, right?
Your in-depth research.
I believe everything I read on Wikipedia. Is that wrong of me?
That is totally wrong.
Okay. So as we were just talking about Grammys in our last episode, it won a Grammy for the best song written for a movie. but it lost the Oscar to a song by another Canadian. Can you guess who that was?
Another Canadian.
Around the same time.
Uh.
Tale as old as time.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Do. Yep, Celine and Peebo Bryson. They took the Oscar home.
Celine sang in that song?
Celine Dion and Peebo Bryson.
Huh. Did Celine Dion ever write any of her music? Or did she just sing it?
Question. I don't know. I'm going to look into that.
We have an ever-growing list of things that we're going to do.
I'm going to look at it right now.
Okay.
If you want to start talking about some of your songs.
Okay, so some of the songs that I had on mine, and I didn't take the similar approach because no songs really came to mind in terms of first love. There's like a genre of music that I remember. And I have this CD that had some songs on it, and definitely some of them I'm like kind of embarrassed, but not really.
Oh my God, I can't wait to hear this.
Anyways, so it's so kind of cheesy when you think about how, if anyone is listening that is only from the digital age.
Okay.
I guess you could do Spotify list or you can make playlists.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Do the
think
kids
people do.
today make playlists and share them?
Yeah,
Say this
they
is
do
my
that.
They do? Okay. Well, back in the day we would make cassette
Mixtapes.
tapes, right? Mixtapes. And then after that it was CDs. So you'd burn these songs on CDs. So on this CD, the songs one of the songs, the first one is Share.
Oh.
Different kind of love song. This is a different kind of love song.
Okay.
Dedicated to everyone. Different kind of love song.
Okay. I do not know that song very well.
All the gays will know this one.
Well, she's Cher, so
yes. So that was there, and it's such a fitting song for two gay guys. One of the reasons why I didn't come out was because I was like, what's the point of coming out? Like what good is all that trauma I was thinking I was going to put in place, telling everyone and me dealing with it, if basically it's not like I was dating anyone or anything.
Right.
But then when I met him, then it was like, okay, now I want to share this with people. Yeah. So that's when I really started. That's when I came out. And why did I tell that story?
You were talking about a different kind of love song.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so he was from a small town outside of Toronto, and I was living in St. Catharines at the time, so kind of a small town as well.
Yeah.
And when, we come to Toronto, we meet in Toronto, and we're around all of the gays. And then when you read the lyrics about this song with Cher, it is quite interesting because it's like she wrote this song for gay people.
Right.
A different kind of love song dedicated to everyone, but really it's written with like that whole gay anthem-y kind of music and everything. So I think, again, this was a long time ago, but I think that's why it was on the list. Also, we really did love Cher. And years later, so I moved to Toronto and then he moved to Toronto a couple of years after. And we did end up living together. We went to see Cher.
Oh, really?
I think it was like the 7th time she did her
farewell tour.
Her
7th farewell tour.
Yeah.
Did she sing that song?
Oh, yeah.
Aw.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
What were some of the other songs on that CD?
Another song, Counting Crows, Hard Candy. I don't even know this song. Creed's One Last Breath. Do you remember that one?
No. How does that go?
Hold me now. I'm 6 feet from the edge and I'm thinking maybe 6 feet ain't so far gone.
Okay, yeah.
Is it ringing a bell?
It does, but you have to sing it like, you have to sing it.
Hold me now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do that. But that song isn't even a love song. That's just that's a song about a guy who's on the edge and he's on the edge of life. He's about to kill himself or something like that. I don't know
dark.
why that was on our love CD.
Aww.
There was some Enrique Iglesias. And then, so then there's this song by this Canadian band called Leahy.
Yeah.
Do you remember Leahy?
I remember Leahy.
Yeah. And so the song is called Down That Road. And I was listening to it and I'm like, Priya is going to hate this song.
Sing it.
I love this song, though. I ended up downloading it and putting it on my workout mix.
Why would I hate it?
Because you hate those bubbly, bouncy sort
I
of
hate
songs.
that okay, sing a little bit of it.
Okay, it goes, the chorus is, when you go down that road, there's no turning back. When you go down that road, strange is something that
I like that.
da da
That's
da
not annoying.
da da da.
That's not like I'm walking on sunshine. Yeah, I'm walking on sun. That's
Okay.
annoying.
All right. Well, I'm gonna play this song for you,
Okay.
and then I want you to, and then you can tell. I love this song.
Okay.
I'm
I
liking
mean,
the song.
from
Yeah.
what you sang, I like it too.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be an annoying one for me, like Feliz Navidad. Um, do you have others that are on that list?
Then there's one more, and so the other thing was at that time, for some reason, I was really into Westlife.
Oh
Do you
God.
remember Westlife?
Yes.
So they're that Irish band, Irish
Yep.
boy band,
Mm-hmm.
and the song that we used to listen to was, well, there were a couple of them. One was When You're Looking Like That. And that was like one of our getting ready to go out songs. It seems so lame. I'm like 30 years old and listening to Westlife.
Oh.
But this love song was, although it's more of a breakup song, it's called Fool Again.
Okay.
Can't believe that I'm a fool again.
Oh, I know that song.
Not something that my heart would end.
Yeah,
How
yeah,
was
yeah.
I to know? You never told me.
That's a good one.
But it's breakup.
I
But,
know, but that's still
it's still in the love genre.
when you're in love. Like sometimes the breakup songs are the ones that you listen to a lot because it's just like, but we're in love. It's never going to
Yeah.
happen to us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I know I have just the one song that specifically reminds me of that time, but I mean of that person. But really it's like any of the 80s love songs which were so melodramatic.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Such like power ballads when you think of or 80s and early 90s like
hmm
You're the Inspiration
Oh,
by
you're the
Chicago.
meaning in my life. You're the inspiration.
So ridiculously corny. Even the lyrics for Everything I Do for You
Mm.
are extremely cheesy. It's not a well-written song. It's so sappy.
Wasn't well written.
Well written,
Well written, but
but it
was
won the Grammy.
won a Grammy.
It won a Grammy, even though it wasn't well written. Yeah. But listen to those lyrics. Like, look into my eyes, you will see what you mean to me.
It's such a wedding song.
It is.
hmm
But also, it's so sappy. It kind of makes me want to gag a little bit, right? I mean, I love it. I love all those songs, like All Out of Love by Air Supply.
Oh my God, Air
All
Supply.
out of love.
Yes.
So lost without you.
I know you were right. Believe it
Even
for something like
whatever,
that.
something like that. But they were all so melodramatic.
Don hates Air Supply.
Well, they are
Hates.
ridiculous.
He hates those sappy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hates those
I mean, yeah,
songs.
they are very sappy, but they have such a nice place in my heart. When I think of all the movies that they were, I think You're the Inspiration was from Karate Kid, wasn't
Oh,
it?
I don't know.
I feel like it was from one of the Karate Kid movies, but a lot of those songs, those power ballads, were in movies that were also very kind of kitschy and cheesy, and I just loved it all.
Right.
It reminds me so much of high school. It just makes me so happy to think of it.
Oh my God, yeah. Those were the days.
Those were the days.
That's it for your song?
That's it for my song, but I'll tell you a couple of things about that relationship because there were some funny moments in that, okay? I used to go to his place and just hang out with the family and we'd watch TV and
Have I met him?
no, this is from high school.
No, I know, but I've met
No,
a lot of your friends.
No, but he doesn't live here anymore. He
Oh,
lives, I
okay.
think he lives out west. But I remember being at his house once and we were sitting on the sofa together and we had a blanket over us and we
You
were
keep
watching
hitting
it.
the mic.
I know, I'm sorry. We were watching the baseball game. He was a big sports guy, right? Like hockey, baseball. So we're watching the baseball game and there was a player with his jersey on and my boyfriend at the time says to me, he goes, what's his name say? What does his jersey say? And I said, oh, Kunt, cunts. And him and his mom and his dad started laughing and I was so
You got set
embarrassed.
up.
I was so
Yeah.
mortified that I said that word in front of them.
Yeah.
But it was Kuntz. It was pronounced Kuntz.
Mm-hmm.
But he let me do it. That little
Yeah.
asshole. Yeah.
It's funny. I was just listening to an episode. I don't remember what episode it was, but I was listening to a podcast episode, and they were talking about family members that like to play pranks on one another like that with the significant
Right.
others. So setting up boyfriends and girlfriends and to make them look.
Yeah, I kind of set him up once. Then I was going to go on we were going to go on a double date with my brother, which
wow.
nowadays would never happen. Again, I hit the mic. I don't know where to put my hands. So we were going to go on this double date, and I loved my brother's girlfriend. We were going to go somewhere dressy, but then we decided we weren't going to go somewhere dressy. But my brother and I were like, oh, well, let's just see if
He shows up.
yeah.
Oh my God.
And so I don't know how it happened, but it came out that we weren't getting dressed up, and he did not like that.
Oh.
He did not like that. I don't know exactly.
Oh, he didn't like that you were going to
let him show up like that. Yeah.
Oh, and
And
so how did he respond?
He didn't come out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He got that upset?
Yeah. And then shortly after that, we broke up.
Oh, okay. So that
So
was.
that didn't go very well.
How long were you together?
About a year, which in
Okay.
high school terms is kind of long. But although one of my best friends that I grew up with, who also knew him since we were in grade 2, she is still with her high school boyfriend.
Oh my God.
They got together in high school at the age of like 16, and they've been
Really?
together ever since. Very happily.
And
Very
do
happily
you
together.
think they've had any other kind of experiences with other
No.
people?
I don't think so.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know how. I guess some people can do that, but
Yeah.
I don't know how.
They're like swans. They mated for life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for them
I know.
if that's your jam.
There are actually a lot of couples from my high school that are like that because I'm still connected with them on Facebook. And I'd say there's like 5 or 6 couples that are still together from high school,
Wow.
which is crazy to me. That was not the alarm. I don't know what that was. That was a reminder. Oh, for the Just for One Day musical, which is next week. And
Next
I'm getting
week.
a reminder of it
Oh,
today. Yeah.
good. Well, we're all set.
We're all set and ready to go.
Yeah.
Oh, another memory I have of that relationship actually
Mm-hmm.
was I was sitting outside with him on his French stoop with his friend who was an NHL player. Like he just got drafted to the NHL or
Oh,
something.
wow.
So he was playing. He was on the bench, like he hadn't played yet. But we were sitting together. It was summer. We're sitting outside, and I farted.
Oh, God.
But it was just like one quick like
Yeah.
right. Like it was louder than that, but it was just like a slap sound. Anyways, and then they both looked at me and they're like, "Did you fart?" And I was like, "No, that was just my slipper, my sandal just flipping against my foot. Like I just made that up at the."
Yeah.
I was like, "No, of course not. Why?
Yeah. What's
no."
that smell?
Oh my God, it was so embarrassing. Like, how do you?
Yeah. And now you get older and you're just like farting all the time.
I don't like to fart with people hearing it or knowing it. If I do it, it's subtle.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you think it's subtle? Do you think they know?
Have you noticed that I've been doing it all night?
Oh,
haven't,
well,
but-
no. But that does explain why Reva left the room.
You kicked her out. Hey, I have not been farting. But no, I don't like to do you just fart around Dawn openly?
Sometimes.
You guys don't mind?
Yeah, that's what love is, baby.
Oh, I guess I wouldn't know. What would I know?
Yeah.
Wah, wah,
Mwah.
wah. Anyways, that's all I have to say about my first love. And then he dumped me, that bastard. And I never recovered. No, he was a sweetheart.
Yeah,
He's real sweet.
that's nice.
Yeah.
Well, I am still friends with my first love. Actually, you know him. And I hope you don't mind, but I invited him to your karaoke party.
Oh, great.
Yeah, so he
Oh,
said
I'd love
that
to see him.
He was funny because when we were talking, we're just catching up sort of thing. And he is about 9, 8. No, let's see. Every time I talk about anything that has to do with math,
Right.
it takes me forever to figure out.
Are you actually counting on your fingers?
No,
Oh, okay.
that's just a nervous twitch. I'm 55
Okay.
and he's 44. So he's 9 years younger,
Yes.
right? No,
No,
11.
11. Yeah.
Is he
Oh,
really that
crazy.
much younger?
Well,
Wow.
my last ex was 16 years younger, so I guess I shouldn't be calling you
That's
a crazy
true,
robber,
yeah.
right?
Anyways, as we were doing our catch up, how's married life?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, remember when we were dating and what our age difference was like and our energy levels were like? And I said, yeah. He's like, yeah, that's our That's what's
Why is
happening.
his
Because
husband
his
younger?
husband is younger than him.
Like significant, like same.
Yeah, his husband's like 33 or 34 or something
Okay.
like that.
Well, that's
Yeah.
still a grown up though. Like that's
Yeah. Yeah.
when men finally mature.
Is it?
I mean, I hope so,
Mm.
but certainly not before they're 30.
Mm-hmm.
Most men, maybe
Yeah.
most straight men. No, I think most men.
Most men?
Yeah, yeah.
You think? I don't know.
Well, they say that. Oh,
God, okay.
and
That's our alarm, people.
that's our 5-minute wrap up. Yeah, I think that they say that the brain doesn't fully develop until you're like in your late 20s or until you're roughly 30. And women, they say, mature more quickly or earlier than men, which if anecdotally, I will say that it's absolutely true.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely think that men mature slower than women. Don't you think?
Men, they might mature slower,
Yeah.
but also they might be able to get away with things because they're men.
Yes. And
Yeah.
men always get away with things when they're kids, when they're teenagers, when they're young adults, when they're grown ass men, when they're seniors. Like they get away with shit throughout their entire lives. And women, we never get away with anything.
I think I pressed a button. This is totally
It's a
fucked
bit of
up.
mea
First
culpa.
love.
I know. Okay.
Where did we go in this episode?
How
This
did it
episode
derail?
this got
It
totally
was supposed
derailed.
to be about love and all the good things. But,
Yeah.
but I will say that I have very, very fond memories of my first love.
Mhm.
It was just so sweet and pure. And it's kind of like
Did you lose your virginity?
not to him, you know. We actually
Nice.
did go to a hotel room one night and we even had all the protection and everything, but it just didn't go that way. We just kind of, we
Snuggled?
we were just romantic. No, Mike is just making like
I am not.
terrible-
I was just yawning.
No, well, why is your head bopping forward?
I was yawning.
Disgusting. I'm a lady and I don't do that kind of stuff. Jesus. I only do missionary position.
Oh, Jesus.
And I lie there until he's satisfied and then I roll over and go to bed.
Oh,
I'm
God.
sorry. Okay, sorry.
Things
First love.
that men get
First-
away with.
Yes. Yeah, but I have very amazing memories about that. What I was going to say is that it's like it was a unconditional kind of like very pure
Mhm.
and sweet love, which I don't think has happened since then because it's just different. Like you didn't have
Yeah,
responsibilities.
you don't have a second first time.
No, you don't. Do you have that? Do you have that same memory of your first love? Like, does it hold like a special?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, also because it took me a while to come out, and while I was sexually active before I officially came out.
Dirty whore.
Yeah. There's something special about my first boyfriend. It's passionate, the kind of intimacy
Mm-hmm.
that I experienced, the excitement and the butterflies.
Yes, looking
know?
forward to seeing them
Yeah.
or hearing their voice. I remember he used to walk me like halfway home because we lived so close to each other.
Mm.
He would walk me or meet me. Every
Mhm.
time I was going to his house, we'd have a certain meeting spot right at that corner.
Mm.
And, as I was walking up those last few
Aw.
steps, like seeing him there waiting for me or something, it was just so sweet
Yeah.
and so beautiful.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's just nothing like a first love.
Hmm. And then Dawn, I had very similar kinds of responses. There's a different kind of intimacy. Like when you're dating, there's always that excitement that you're going to see them, sort of thing. But this I knew was different
Yeah.
when with Dawn, and it just felt different. Yeah. So
Yeah.
first love and last love.
Yeah. Bookends.
Mhm.
Amazing. Well, folks, that's it for our first love episode
Yes.
and
What
our episode about first love. Do you see what I did there?
our first love episode and our episode about first love. Look at the
Yeah.
way she's brilliance.
I'm so
Brilliance.
Thank you guys. Thank you
Yes,
so much.
brilliant. We would love our listeners to share their first love stories, wouldn't we?
We would really love that, and you can do that in a couple of different ways, which you
How?
all know by now.
Yeah.
You can drop us a line at lifeisinthelyrics@gmail.com, or you can slide into our DMs.
I know we have some things, we do have some communications that are in the pipeline because there have been some people that reached out, like these are people that they know me, so they
Right.
send me texts or WhatsApp.
Mhm.
They're like, oh, I wanted to say this, and oh, I'm going to write in about that. And I'm like, well, do it.
I
it's
know.
Yeah. So there are people that I know that are listening that have things they want to offer. So hopefully they'll send those in, slide
Yes.
into our DMs,
Yeah.
or send us an email
Yeah.
at lifeisinthelyrics@gmail.com.
And the handle on Instagram is The Little Podcast. That's THELIITL podcast. For all you little listeners out there.
Little listeners. All right. And while you're here, maybe give us a like, a follow, a share with someone you love. And hey, maybe even subscribe so you can find out when a new episode drops each week.
Yeah. Sending you all great memories of your own first loves. Please share your stories with us. And we will talk to you next time.
See you next Wednesday.